Hello and welcome to Nature and Science on CCTV International. I'm Dang Bing in Beijing. In today's program, we'll first bring you a story about using fly ash to build houses. When an earthquake struck Jiangxi province, a lot of buildings were destroyed. To help people rebuild their homes, the local government introduced a new kind of building material, bricks made from fly ash. However, the local people were used to red clay bricks and had no intention of living in houses built of fly ash.
There's a power plant near the town of Hongyi. The villagers have seen the fly ash. It's the ash floating in the air from coal that's been burned at a high temperature. How can this material be used to produce house bricks? The villagers gave up on building houses with fly ash. How can the government convince the villagers? They don't trust the bricks or understand the technical principles. After many long discussions, several technicians and the villagers agreed to compare the two kinds of bricks with a few tests. The villagers wouldn't believe the technicians. They chose a brick and tile worker, Mr. Ke, to help them judge the tests. Mr. Ke has been a builder for more than 20 years. He has a lot of experience. Mr. Ke demonstrated his point by tapping at the brick. But somebody had another opinion. Why should they make a decision based on what he said? Everybody wanted to have a try, but they couldn't reach an agreement. Finally, they agreed to watch the working staff. They got some tools from a local person's home, a scale and a weight, and then tested the two kinds of bricks. They would drop a 3-kilogram weight down onto the bricks. They compared how difficult it was to break the bricks. Usually, the upper brick is laid over the gap between the two bricks below. It's most important how strong the bricks are when pressure is applied to the middle of the brick, since this is how the bricks in a house are stressed. The test began. The fly ash bricks performed better in 3 tests. Immediately after this test, someone said that it couldn't prove anything since they were only dropping 3 kilograms from 1 meter. They changed the weight to 6 kilograms and increased the height to 2 meters. The fly ash bricks still didn't break in the next 3 tests, but the traditional red bricks were inadequate. If one brick cannot prove anything, 4 bricks should do the trick. Now, the compression strength must be tested. The compressive strength refers to how much pressure the bricks can withstand when there is support underneath. In 3 tests, the red bricks were broken, while the fly ash bricks did quite well. The villagers began to change their minds after watching these tests. The workers encouraged them to test the bricks more themselves. There's a wood processing factory in the village that has a press. Can the bricks endure a large amount of pressure in the press? The press can exert 600 kilograms per square centimeter. It can crush granite into powder. The workers put the 2 kinds of bricks into the machine and gradually increase the pressure. The traditional red bricks broke when the pressure reached 120 kilograms per square centimeter. The fly ash bricks still held together and held their strength. However, some villages posed yet another question. A house built with traditional red bricks usually ages in 10 years due to the heavy rain in the south. Can the fly ash bricks stand up well against the rain damage? The workers suggested that they go to the testing institution to examine rain damage. Generally speaking, the acidity of the rain is very weak, but it is enough to erode the bricks over time. The workers asked the local weather bureau for the weather data specific to Richang. They prepared an acid solution to simulate the accumulation of acidity. Which bricks will withstand the acid test longer? Three weeks later, the surface of both kinds of bricks were completely eroded. The workers continued to compare the strengths of the 2 bricks. Both kinds of bricks had weakened, but there was no big difference. Their durability is similar. How and why are the fly ash bricks so strong?
粉煤灰和鞣渣这些工业废渣呢，它的主要成分是这个2氧化硅和3氧化二铝，平时都是以这个玻璃球、玻璃体结构存在于这个材料当中。那么呢，它是处于一种惰性状态，平时在一块是不反应，就像一盘散沙。那么通过应用我们这个新技术，加入这个我们特制的添加剂，可以这个打破这种玻璃体结构。
With the help of the additive, the silicon dioxide and the aluminum oxide can be fused together, creating a strong bond. The non-traditional bricks have been tested by interested institutions. It can withstand the impact of 160 kilograms per square centimeter and resist compression of more than 200 kilograms per centimeter. Its durability is similar to the traditional brick. The common house can only endure pressure less than 60 kilograms per square centimeter. It seems fly ash bricks are more than adequate to build a house with. To reduce damage to the farmland and the environment, the government has prohibited the production of clay bricks since 1993. Fly ash bricks successfully replaced a product that drains resources while finding a use for a common waste product. The villagers were convinced to use fly ash bricks by these comparative tests. Some people became interested in the production of the bricks. There is a power plant nearby the village which provides fly ash. The production costs of the fly ash bricks are even lower than those of traditional bricks. What's more important, though, is that it can save us more precious farmland.
You're watching Nature and Science on CCTV International. Time now for a short break, after which we'll have a story about a dedicated bee researcher. Stay with me.
legend in the history of human construction, defeating the cold and lack of oxygen to create harmony between man and nature.
Welcome back to Nature and Science, brought to you by CCTV International. Men Chuanxi is a researcher on bees. However, the bees he kept had a low reproduction rate, which meant the colony grew very slowly. So, Men convinced his partner, Wang Peiyun, that they should try their luck in Hainan.
Mun moved his bee farm to Hainan, but things didn't improve. Even beekeeping books were of little help.
去了海南以后，发现海南更难养。我很困扰就是我了解了海南的地方都养不好，而且我调查了这个全国好多地方，也都是这样，就是说养好了也不知道为什么，不养好也不知道为什么。
Mun devoted himself to the study of bees to find a reason for their low productivity, totally ignoring his wife.
所有的都是他的事业，就一切都要为这些人。这种就可能让我妈呀，这家里人啊，都不太能理解。
After putting his family aside, Mun made his first startling discovery in Hainan.
我在五指山里头发现了这个野生蜂批的不粘不叮不靠的这个现象，那么我就意识到，我发现了一个新的东西，就是蜜蜂寿命可塑性的理论依据。我当时我就感觉到什么力量也不能把我拉回来，我一定要把这个实验做到底。
The closer Mun was to success, the farther he was from his family.
10多年，在家里面，他也是这个合起来，他可过有1年，这个时间总时间可过有1年。
His wife filed for divorce after years of failed attempts to persuade him to stop. At that time, Mun was facing serious financial problems too.
有的时间呢，也发不出工资来，只拿个生活费，就那慢慢的度，那其实我都有时候啊，不是他这个人格好，我早已给他弄那了，不跟他干了。我家庭弄那样子，你看也还有的那会还有老的，还有小的。
Mun was planning to write a book based on his findings. After 10 years of study, Mun finally managed to record all his findings in his book. Mun respected the bees that he kept.
你多开始想，它发生了轰一下响，或者扇下翅膀，或者是激怒了轰轰轰了，这就减少它的寿命。
To avoid frightening the bees, he provided them with ample food reserves.
让他知道，我有很多可吃的东西，我冬天能养很多孩子。
It's said that Mun can tell whether or not a male bee is married.
就是他的动作表现。你要叫我这个说什么动作表现，我还真说不出来，我就知道他在交流中间是什么样，我就可以断定他高兴，好像是几个风在接头一样，好像在传递信息一样的庆祝我们家这个新来的啊。这个怎么说呢？我说不好，反正我一看就知道啊。
This is Mun Chuanxi, an impoverished man devoting his life to bee studies.
他当时他兜里1分钱都没有，他买一包烟的钱都没有。
Despite his financial situation, when his son sent him 400 renminbi, Mun used half of it to buy bee farming books. His ex-classmate flew into a rage.
在他那最困难的时候，我不应该对他这个发脾气的。我主要是认为啥呢？ 你太不务实了。他也给我大吵。他说妍妍，你不要认为我生活在你这个地方，我生活你在这个地方，因为是我们的感情，你不能干涉我。我后来我气的我就走了，我说我不干涉你，不干涉你。吃饭你吃到什么时间都有，但是我对你这种做法是我不理解。
他是个是条汉子，这应该在这个我们。